Our Rome Bureau is pressing the Vatican to release any documents that could shed light on accusations against Pope Francis about a sex abuse cover-up. The Holy Father declined to confirm or deny he knew in 2013 about sexual misconduct by Theodore McCarrick, the former Archbishop of Washington. He said he trusted journalists to judge for themselves. Vatican correspondent Juliet Linley joins us from Rome. Juliet, as a journalist, you are following the Pope's lead. Tell us how it's going.
Lauren, we've reached out to two Vatican offices, the Congregation for Bishops and the Secretariat of State, to request documents that are referred to in a letter by the man who made the allegations, Archbishop Carlo Vigano. And I requested about a dozen documents that Vigano mentions in his 11-page testimony and says prove that his allegations are correct. Now, they're documents that are linked to the Secretariat of State, to the Vatican Embassy in Washington, and to the McCarrick case. Now, Lauren, we must remember that at the time, Vigano was the ambassador to the United States, the nuncio, and he reported to Secretary of State Cardinal Parolin. Thus, Vigano is referring to documents that we would assume the Vatican State Secretariat would have on file. Now, the Secretary to Cardinal Pietro Parolin told me that he could not provide us with the documents, but he did say the Holy See is working to be at the service of truth.
Juliet, there is talk Archbishop Vigano broke what's known as the pontifical secret with his disclosures on the McCarrick case. What is the pontifical secret? What are the consequences of breaking it?
Lauren, the pontifical secret refers to the confidentiality required on the most sensitive church matters within the Roman Curia, which, as you know, is the government that serves the church. Now, the question is, did Archbishop Vigano violate that obligation with the release of his allegations? Now, that's not clear yet, but if the church ascertains that he did, a canon lawyer based here in Rome tells me it's up to the Holy Father and the highest-ranking Vatican officials to decide on the appropriate next step.
Cardinal Raymond Burke, a high-ranking American church leader in Rome, who has been very critical of Pope Francis, is speaking out about the latest scandal. What is he saying?
Cardinal Burke says he is deeply shaken, Lauren, by the accusations against the pontiff and that he wants an investigation. But he is still pressing Francis to respond to an earlier set of questions about Francis's views on marriage. Now, Burke and a few other cardinals raised certain questions or dubia about his 2016 document, The Joy of Love. Now, in that document, the Pope seemed to open the door to letting divorced and civilly remarried Catholics receive communion, Lauren, and the Pope has not responded to them. And in terms of the Vigano scandal, well, Cardinal Burke tells us that if the accusations against the Pope prove to be true, then the logical response would need to be that he resigns. Now, Lauren, let me add here that despite Burke referred to at times in the media as being the Pope's perhaps fiercest critic, he told us that that is not the case, and he said that opposing the pontiff is absolutely wrong, and he told us this has nothing to do with personal attacks.
Juliet Linley, EWTN News Nightly, Vatican correspondent. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren.